Greetings, beautiful viewers, this is Smitten. Welcome to episode 27 of How to Fail at Smite, and today, Guan Yu is on the front lines. Here we go! Finally, I got a fail video. This is my 5th recording of Guan Yu, but you know what they say, 5th time's a charm. I'm up against Apollo and Aphrodite, but thankfully my jungler comes in for the gank. I use my ult to try to get Aphrodite to use hers, but to no avail. She waits for the opportune moment when Fenrir tries to snatch her up. I am always trying my hardest, but without mana, I'm useless. I turn to see Fenrir going in for the kill, but Aphrodite heals Apollo up, and I follow her example and hope to heal some of the wounds Mr. Bark received from the tower. I figured it's time to back off now that I'm nearly dead, but Fonro is adamant about killing something in this lane. I move in to try to position myself between Apollo's basic attacks and Fenrir, but even my heal wasn't enough to save the poor pup. I start booking it back down the lane, but I'm pretty sure that I can survive this onslaught. Once I'm within tower range, I turn to see a huge pack of minions coming towards me. I'm torn. I don't want my tower to fall, but I also don't want to die. I'm out of mana, out of health, but I do have one thing available to me: Hand of the Gods. If I'm going to die, the least I can do is get some experience and gold out of it. Chapter 1, you had one job. My tower made it! It survived and my death was not in vain. Now to take care of these minions. Maybe a little flashy sword action will be enough to scare them off. Do you like that? In what world does a voice overcome the stabby ability of a sword? Alright, a quick heal and everything is okay. Hey, don't hurt my tower! This is Smitten's one job for this game. What a loyal pup I have. Here we go. Maybe I can trick her into using her ult now. Just like clockwork, Aphrodite uses her ult during mine, and as soon as their vision is lost during Baby Slayer's ult, Fenrir picks up the kill. Those dang birds hurt. Help, help, I'm being pecked to death. While I'm idly waiting for the Hand of Gods to come off cooldown, out from an unwarded jungle comes the enemy Fenrir. Serves me right. I knew all along there was a jungler. Chapter 2, Trollop. Filthy Trollop. I'm starting to feel a little concerned about what this lane composition is capable of. 2 knockbacks, 2 stuns, both ranged, and all I have is... I'm slowly clearing out minions with basic attacks when I see Apollo appear from the fog, but once again I turn around to see my puppy going at it. After only a slight hesitation, I decide to join the brawl with my ult. I miss a few smacks, but I follow that pretty boy under the tower and take him out. Instead of leaving immediately due to tower aggro, I stay to bedazzle their minions with Talu's assault. And just when I think I've made it out of there with a kill, Aphrodite reminds me that I have just slaughtered her boyfriend right in front of her, and what a vengeful little trollop she is. Chapter 3, why aren't you going? A few minutes later, I've caught Pretty Boy out of position and intend on making him pay for it. I take advantage of him not being able to see and start in on him with my ult. There is no way he's getting out of this one. Except maybe with his dash, but my Fenrir leaps in from the jungle only to have Apollo tell him to sit, boy! He's too low to pass up, and Fenrir and I start the tower dive. With a dash and a couple smacks to the face, I pick up Apollo once again. Only problem is that Fenrir has been taking the tower shots this whole time. I'm almost full health, and I'm surprised when I see that Fenrir would rather take out the minions than get back to base. But then he says retreat. But which way? Let's hold hands and go together. What I failed to realize here is that Fenrir is waiting for me to take the tower shots for him so that he could retreat down the lane safely. And so I've condemned him to die as Aphrodite gives him no other choice but to run into tower range. Well, I don't want to die like that, so I choose to run the opposite way, even though I can see Poseidon coming straight for me. Athena does her best to keep me alive, but I'm too busy running around Poseidon in circles. I think I've made my escape when the trollop cuts me off and has me pecked to death again. Chapter 4, Mine! Now that I'm back, I want Blue Buff to help me keep my last tower alive. But apparently it's raining dogs, and the enemy Fonro tries to steal my buff. So now that I know that he's used his leap, I'll use my ult in this confined spot. That's mine! My Blue Buff! Little did I know that thanks to an unwarded jungle, 4 of the enemy team came rushing in on me. Fonro picks me up and carries me into the middle of their group, and instead of running towards middle lane, I decided I needed to run back through them and into my tower. And out of the skies comes a golden chariot to run me over. Jerks. Chapter 5, Hog Everything! You know, I'm getting really sick of people trying to steal my blue buff, and so my friends, it is time to sweep this Guan Yu under the rugs. But no matter what we throw at this dude, he's just pushing through it. This only fuels my fire to kill him more as we continue the pursuit. Athena's arrival also brings in their entire team. A well-timed kiss and ult from Aphrodite pulls him out of our grasp into safety. I take the full brunt of the damage and show my enemy that I don't give a shit about my life by using Hand of the Gods on Poseidon's whirlpool. Chapter 6, Fire Giant doesn't mean anything. Jumping ahead, my team managed to pull together and grab Fire Giant, and we're all closing in on left lane, which is dangerous because so far we have been getting destroyed in team fights. Poseidon is the first to get taken out, but not even the sight of a 4v5 is enough of a sign for us to retreat. I pull back to heal up the little damage my team has taken and move forward to reclaim our territory. But all I can seem to manage to do is run around aimlessly, not knowing who to help or hurt first. Once Athena gets taken out, I look at the rest of my team panicked. Time to go! I'll hold them off! Save yourselves! than 5 minutes later, the enemy team scored a deicide and then pushed over our Mamble. A good game to my allies and a good game and well played to our opponents, whose overwhelming support and ability to CC served them well. Guan Yu is an interesting support tank. As I said in the beginning, it took me 5 games to get to this one, all of which were either 10-minute enemy surrenders or I didn't die. Guan Yu is my kind of god. You can be aggressive with him when the time is right, or you can be passive in your solo lane and just farm it up without taking much damage. Either way, I think Guan Yu is a great tank to start out with if you don't play tank roles very often. Say it with me! Tanks counter build. One more time and I want to see you screaming at your monitor. Tanks counter build. Very good, now here's a standard Guan build. Reinforced Greaves at the start gives you more magical and physical protection than Mark of the Vanguard, and so if you're a real man, complete these first. Then move into either Voidstone if you're having more problems with the mage, or Breastplate of Valor if it's a physical that's giving you more problems. Either way, you'll buy the other item next. After that is Gem of Isolation for the health, mana, magical power, and slow, and if you aren't being bothered too much, then move into Ratatouille for that raw power instead of another defensive item. As for the skill prioritization, if you're going for damage, you level his Dash, Warrior's Will first, then his 3, Talu's Assault, his Heal, Tranquil Gift, and then his ultimate Tactician's Advantage. If you're going for more of a support role, prioritize his 2, 1, 3, and then 4. Guan Yu makes a perfect solo lane because of his sustained, mobility, and his passive fortified defense, which gives him 15 protections when he's around a friendly or enemy map structure. Guan is also the perfect support in side lane. His kit is made for initiation. Once you level 5, open up with your ult, then use your 2 to slow your enemy, then ram them with your 3. This should give your carry plenty of time to pick up the slack. And so concludes the guide on Guan Yu. If we tickled your fancy, make sure to rate and subscribe for upcoming videos. You can also come hang out with us on Facebook and Twitter, and don't forget to follow us on Twitch to see us streaming live, links in the description. Feel free to leave your suggestions on how to play this god, as well as any feedback you may have for us in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, I'm Smitten, and I'll see you next time.
Good game. Bye.